When I say we're live, okay. Miss Nazi, we are live. The floor is yours.
Good day, everyone, and a warm welcome. I'm Nazi Husaini, and I'm truly honored to be your facilitator for this session. As the founder of Zinad Art Workshop, I am committed to empowering Afghan girls through livestock training, helping them develop valuable skills and achieve financial independence. In addition, I serve as a skills development and human resource fellow with Women Ascension, an organization dedicated to supporting women and underserved individuals in developing the skills needed to create positive change in their communities. I also have the privilege of serving as the head country representative at Shares Beyond, a platform focused on empowering women and girls to realize their potential and make a meaningful impact. At Women Ascension Skill Development, we believe that real progress begins with access to practical training and knowledge. Through programs in entrepreneurship, digital literacy, and leadership, we equip women with the tools they need to overcome barriers and step confidently into roles that drive positive change. Our initiatives align with several Sustainable Development Goals SDGs, including SDG 8, Economic Independence and Decent Work, SDG 4, Inclusive and Quality Education, SDG 5 and 16, Leadership and Institutional Participation. By investing in skill development, we don't just empower individuals, we uplift entire communities. Today's session, time management for productivity and success, perfectly aligns with us. With this mission, time management is one of the most essential skills we can cultivate. The way we manage our time affects not only our well-being, but also our career growth and ability to contribute meaningfully to society. This topic also supports several SDGs. SDG 3, good health and well-being. Time management reduces stress and promotes mental clarity. SDG 4, quality education. The skills gained today will enhance your personal and professional growth. SDG 8, decent work and economic growth. Better time management leads to increased productivity and success. SDG 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions. Improved productivity and leadership contribute to inclusive, effective institutions. By the end of this session, you will walk away with practical tools to enhance your time management, helping you prioritize better, stay focused, and maintain a balanced and fulfilling life. Now, it is my distinct honor to introduce our esteemed guest speaker, Ms. Rana Sher. Rana is a certified executive coach with the head of the coaching division at Possibilities Global with over 15 years of experience in the banking sector. She brings a rich background in leadership development and organizational growth. She is highly regarded for her empowering coaching approach, helping individuals and teams unlock their full potential. Rehana has spoken at several renowned platforms, including Women Ascension, where she shared insights on leadership, decision-making, and professional development. Today, she will be sharing actionable time management strategies to help you boost productivity while maintaining well-being and success. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Rana Shahid to the virtual stage. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Nazi. Thank you so much. I wish I could see you as well. So, first of all, it's so good to see so many, bright and potential people right here. And I'm very excited to share my insights on time management. I'm sure everyone here would agree with me that time management is something which, every single individual in their personal and professional life struggles to, have a better time management to effectively manage their time. So I'm sure this topic today is going to relate with every single of you. And of course, I'll try my best to, give you the insights which are going to help you a lot in your, daily lives. So let's get back to the topic and let's start. I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, Miss, it
Can
is.
somebody? Okay, perfect, Amina. Thank you. Right. So let's start with the topic time management, key to productivity and efficiency. Right. So before we go into that, I would like to share a quote by Miles Davis, who says time isn't the main thing. In fact, time is the only thing. Right. So I hope all of you are getting the meaning of that. And then if we move ahead, we'll see today what is the importance of time management, right? So the person who is going to know the importance of time management, he'll be more efficient. His productivity is going to be more good. There'll be a balance in their life, and there'll be less stress in the life of any professional or person, right? So these are basic, more major objectives that an individual or the professional is going to achieve through a better or effective time management. Right. And if we move ahead, how to identify the priorities while managing our time properly? So, in that, I would say you need to set clear goals, clearly define what you want to achieve, and then categorize tasks, separate tasks based on urgency and importance. And then use the Eisenhower matrix, categorize tasks into 4 quadrants. First is urgent and important. Second is important but not urgent. Then third, urgent but not important. And then fourth is not urgent or important. So you need to see every task through these, 4 categories, so that you can better define for yourself which task to pursue first, so that there is no mismanagement and you timely achieve all your important tasks. Right? I hope no one is having a question because I just heard a voice in the background. Right. So moving ahead, planning techniques. How to plan techniques to better manage our time. First is to-do list. Prepare a to-do list for yourself. Create a list of tasks to be completed. And then time blocking. Allocate specific blocks of time for particular tasks. And then third is calendar. Schedule time for tasks and events. That is really important. If you're not going to prepare a to-do list for yourself, if you're not going to block your time for particular task, and if you're not going to prepare or schedule your time in the calendar, they'll be haphazard all the time, and you would be like, worried and under stress, and, there'll be no alignment for all your tasks to be achieved. So make sure that you plan all these techniques, right? And then manage all your distractions. That is also important. Sometimes, I'll give you a very relevant and short example. We all, use cell phones a lot. Whenever we are on our screens, whenever we are using our laptops, whenever we are at work, uh, the moment we receive a buzz on our, cell phone, immediately we just get distracted towards that. And if that is the link of any, reel or any other entertaining thing, that could be informative as well. But immediately we'll go into that, and, we'll start scrolling. So that is one of the distractions that we all see in our surrounding these days. In fact, we all do that ourselves. So manage all the distractions first. Identify distractions, recognize what frequently disrupts your focus. Then create a work zone as well. Establish a distraction-free work environment. Set time limits for yourself. Allocate specific times to check emails or messages. Use the technique. Work for 25 minutes. Take a 5-minute break and then repeat. Because I've seen, in fact, this happens with me most of the time. Whenever I am into the process of completing any particular or important or urgent task, what I'll do is I'll stick to the screen for, hours and hours. I just forget to take break. But no, it shouldn't be like that. And many of us do that. It shouldn't be that way. Try to, take a break after every 25 minutes, at least for 5 minutes, so that you can, give rest to your eyes. Your nerves can be in that particular moment controlled. And you can maybe take a fresh breathe by going out of your office or by going out of your room if you're working from home. So that'll be a good relaxation for you. So try to implement that and you'll see visible results in your routine, right? And then there comes delegation techniques. So first is, I hope everyone does that whenever they have a team, every professional at least, when they have a team of people in their surroundings. So yes, they do delegate, but unfortunately, the people who do not have the teams in their surrounding, they are not in a position to delegate better. So there is not an issue. You can find somebody, I mean, that could be a sibling, that could be a colleague, that could be anybody else. So try to implement that also. So first thing is identify delegable tasks. Determine which tasks can be delegated, right? And then choose the right person. That is also important because if you are going to give an assignment to the person who does not know how to, work on that, of course, that'll be a mess then. So choose the right person. That is important. Select someone with the necessary skills and time, right? Then provide clear instructions. Communicate clear instructions and objectives. Then monitor the progress as well. Ensure to track progress and provide feedback. That is one of the key factors while delegating, right? Understand the cause while overcoming procrastination. Understand the cause, identify reasons behind procrastination, set small goals, break large tasks into smaller, manageable parts. Use the 2-minute rule. If a task can be done in 2 minutes, do it immediately. Because, of course, if you are not going to, perform that task that is going to take 2 minutes only, that stress is going to be there on your mind while you would be performing an assignment which could take an hour or half an hour, or that could be longer than that. So try to immediately do the task which is of 2 minutes or 5 minutes. That's how your stress is automatically going to be reduced. Then reward and consequences. Reward yourself for completing tasks and set consequences for not finishing them. So when I say reward and consequences, that does not mean you are supposed to give yourself, a gift or anything else. A relaxation for 5 minutes or 10 minutes is going to be, a huge achievement for you. That will automatically change your, mindset. Your nerves are going to get relaxed. So reward yourself in that case, celebrate that small achievement that, yeah, I have done or achieved that task and stuff, right? And then moving ahead, there is evaluation and adjustment. I would appreciate all the listeners if they could write down all your queries. As soon as we finish this presentation, I'll be taking your queries as well. So whenever you feel like you are facing any kind of query when I'm presenting you the slide, you can note that down, and later on we can, of course, address. So evaluation and adjustment is review performance, assess how well you followed your time plan. Then identify areas for improvement. Find areas that need adjustment. Adjust plans. Modify your time management plans and techniques based on the evaluation. And more importantly, keep learning. Explore new techniques and continuously improve your time management skills. Right? So other than this presentation or this session, I keep asking people that never stop learning. It is something which, has to be part of every single person's life, I would say, right? The more you will gain knowledge, the more you will, shine. So never stop learning. Every time, try to focus on learning new things. And this is how you are going to become a, more potential individual, I would say. Right. And before I end the presentation, I would like to share Michael Alsher's quote, which says, "The bad news is time flies. The good news is you're the pilot." Because, of course, when you are the pilot, you can better define your ways. You can better utilize your time. And every one of us know that time flies. We can't just, control that, or we can't just grab that. The only thing that we can do is a better time management. Once the time is gone, it's gone. It's never gonna come again. So try to make it effective as much as you can, right? So effective time management is crucial for boosting productivity and achieving a balance between work and personal life. By identifying priorities, planning effectively, and managing distractions, you can reach your goals more efficiently. And if you would like to ask me any book about, reading more on time management, I would be more than happy to tell you about that. The books that I've written here for myself and I've read them, those are amazing. One of them is Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. And the second one is The Seven Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. Right? And thank you so much. Any questions that you would like to ask me? I hope we have been able to cover the entire, factors or the important points of time management within the time. Hi, Tamina. Could you hear me?
Yeah, miss. I think we have a lots of question in chat box.
Uh-huh. I
Yeah,
would
we
love
can.
to answer them.
Yeah, if you go from the first,
Yeah,
it's
sure,
too much.
sure, sure. Okay. So let's see. What question is the first one? Okay, Tamina, I would really appreciate if you could let me know about the first question and the time, because I was totally focused on the presentation slides.
Mm-hmm.
So I was not
No worries, no
seeing the
worries,
chat box.
no worries. I will read it for you.
Yeah, excellent. In fact, I can read it out loud as well. If you just
Mm-hmm.
let me know the time, which was the first question. What's the
Okay, sure.
most effective way? I think 8:13, Kushi Sharma is asking a question. I hope there is no more questions before that.
Yeah, we
Most
are
effective
wow.
way. Yeah,
One more,
Tamina,
like,
please.
what are common time wasting habits? So it was the first question that Khushi has asked.
And what was the time?
It was let me just see.
Common time wasting habits, 8:13.
Yeah, 7:40.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so Amna Farooq is asking that. All right, Amna, first of all, I would like to take your question. So common time wasting habits, as one of them I told you already, right? Our cell phones are, taking lots of our time. We are wasting lots of time by scrolling reels these days, right? And the most important habit, I would say, when you are not preparing schedule, right? As I mentioned in the slides as well, once you have given time to every single task, that's how you would be in a position to better utilize your time, right? So make sure that you're scheduling everything and then you are allocating that particular time for that particular task, right? When we are not scheduling, we would not be having anything in our mind what to achieve next, how to spend our entire day. So once it is scheduled, that means we are going to avoid that bad habit to waste our time on, extra activities. So yeah. Well, actually, it's a long question. I hope I've been able to answer your question because Amna, I've not read the entire question of yours because it's too lengthy, right? Let me know if you want me to address it further, or any other factors that you would like to ask me. Okay, then moving ahead, what's the most effective way to manage time and ensure we stay focused on what truly matters? Yeah, I just mentioned four factors of Eisen's. So those are going to help you. And then again, scheduling your time is, of course, is one of the ways to ensure that you're focused and you are better utilizing your time. Okay, Kushi? And moving ahead, who else is having questions? Identify your priorities, reduce your distractions. Mehlat Mareed is saying this. Excellent. Absolutely. Can you please repeat the book's name again? All right. Yeah. One is by Brian Tracy. The book is called, let me show you the slide. You can take the print screen of that, or maybe you can write down the names of those. Yeah, it's the Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. You can take the print screen as well. And the Seven Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. I hope it is answered, and I've lost my chat box somewhere. Yeah, it's there. Bilal Ahmed was asking. All right, Bilal, I hope you got the answer of that. Right, then Kushi Sharma is again saying something. In today's fast-paced world, we are all juggling so many tasks. What are some of the most effective ways we can manage our time to stay productive, avoid distractions, and still have time for ourselves? Absolutely. Okay, Kushi, another question by you. So it's really important to take time out for yourselves as well, right? Once you'd be scheduling things as per importance, right? And then out of those important things, you need to allocate time for your own self as well, right? Either that is 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours, whatever suits you. Spend quality time with your family members. Try to go for exercise, take exercises which are very important. You'd feel good in that. And then, of course, how can you be productive? Of course, you will feel productive automatically when you feel like the tasks that you wanted to achieve, you've achieved them. And then again, let me share with you the screen as well and share that 4 points by Eisen. I hope I'm sharing the right screen. I think this one is the screen. Yeah. Okay, so there you go. Here, I mentioned urgent and important. You need to categorize all your tasks, right? First, urgent and important tasks should be kept on priority. Then important, but not urgent. Then there has to be urgent, but not important. And in the last, not urgent, not important. So this is going to make your schedule more productive and effective. Also, you'd be in a position to, allocate time for yourself as well. I mean, if you feel like the task is not having that much importance, then you can put it on the least priority, or maybe you can do it on maybe weekends or some other time that you feel like, this is the uh, time that, I can utilize for the unimportant tasks and stuff like that. So that's how you can make your days and your weeks and your months more productive. Right. And then what should we do to manage our time better? Nargis Salim. Okay. So, Nargis, as I've already mentioned, okay, now, Nargis, there are two things. I'm not sure if you're a professional or you're a student, right? So, I'll be answering it in general, right? So, I think how you can manage your time better is by scheduling. That is the only thing. Once you are preparing, and if you're not in practice of preparing schedules, start doing it. No matter how much time it's going to take, but start doing it, and you yourself are going to see the difference in the life that you were spending earlier and the life that you would be spending after better scheduling your time. And also allocate time for every single task. That is also very much important. For example, if you are going to prepare an assignment, see the feasibility of that. I mean, if you're a professional or even if you are a student, see the feasibility of that assignment to be completed within that time framework. Set a particular time for that. For example, you can set 1 hour for an assignment if that's feasible for you. If you feel like, within 1 hour, I'd be better able to achieve this particular task. So you can allocate that particular time so that you do not, go into other distractions. You'd stick to your assignment because you have set that alarm, you have put that particular time for that particular assignment. And you'd be better knowing that, yes, I'm supposed to achieve this task within this hour, right? So that after achieving that task, you'd feel more fulfilled and you would be more than happy that, yes, I've achieved this task within 1 hour that the time that I allocated for that. So, yeah, that is also important. And moving ahead, if we see, okay, Amna Farouk is saying set priorities and make sure that you feel relaxed whatever you do. Excellent. Absolutely. Excuse me. Okay, with so many things pulling for our attention every day, how can we really take control of our time? Stay focused on what's important and make sure we're not burning out in the process. Yeah, excellent question. Fushi, again, yeah, that's an important question, Fushi. Burning out is yes, which is seen very much in our today's life because there is always haphazard everywhere, and that happens only when we are spending our time without plannings. So planning is something which can make us more productive, and that way we are not going to feel burnout as well. Because when you have not planned your entire day, when you have not planned your all activities, then how would you be able to focus on one particular thing? For example, if we take example of a normal day, like starting from the a morning, like if you have not planned your day in the night, like what at what time you are going to get up in the morning. It's just a normal example, right? If you have not set time for that, how would you be able to wake up at that particular time in the morning, and then for brushing, for taking exercise, and then going to office, and then over there also planning everything at work, and then coming back to home, and then having your meals, your dinners, spending time with the family, then going back to the sleep, or having some fun with the kids. That could be anything. So yeah, planning is very important, and that's where you would not feel burnout for sure. Right. How do you handle unexpected interruptions or changes in your schedule? Yeah. Okay. Savera is asking. Actually, I was coaching one of my coaches yesterday on this, how to deal with unexpected interruptions. Interruptions are always there. We all have those interruptions in our lives, even when we are at work or even when we are at home. So those are always there, which disturb our entire schedule. For that, one should always have stronger nerves, right? For example, if somebody is going to work, and their vehicle, god forbid, gets gets damaged or kind of, gets stuck somewhere in the on the way. So what you can do is during that particular time while you're taking your vehicle to the workshop, you can maybe connect with the people on call. Now, here I would like to mention, Savera, that it always depends on the situation. And again, it always depends on your nerves as well and your plannings as well. How effective you are. I mean, one should know how to tackle or avail that time. One of my coaches that I have already coached, he told me that he was on his way to, travel somewhere, but his bus could not, reach in time. So what he did was that he availed that time, he allocated that particular time for watching or learning something from the internet. He could go to chat gpt. Instead, he would sit there and waste his time and curse himself. Oh, this bus is not coming. Oh, I'm getting late. Oh, I'm having that frustration, or I'm burning out, or anything else. What he did was that he availed that time and he learned a lot in that particular time, which made me really happy. So this totally depends on the situation, how you are going to tackle that particular situation. Try to avail that time, think what you can do different, instead of just focusing on that frustration part, or just focusing on that particular thing that that could make you disturbed. So this is how it is going to be productive for you. Okay, then, Chanazi, is there an app that I can use for time management that can help me to be more effective? All right, Chanazi, the bestest thing I would say is the alarm. And the easiest way is the alarm in your cell phone. Cell phone is something which remains, you know, stick to us all the time. So you can put alarm for everything. Start doing it in the beginning, and maybe later on you'd automatically get used to it, so you would not be needing any app or any other alarm, because once you are planning all those things, in the longer run you get addicted to that. So I would say cell phone is the bestest thing that you can utilize for a productive you know way. So yeah, put alarm on your cell phone and keep that with you. That is going to help you. Right. Pujesta is saying, when I make plan to do something, I take stress and I think I'm losing the time. Why is that, Pujesta? Right. All right. Pujesta, why do you feel like that? I want to have this conversation with you face to face. I mean, what makes you stressed, right? For that, I would say, uh, here you need to take some other actions as well. Before going for all these plannings and all this, long term things, I would say that you need to start meditating a lot. Make meditation part of your life, make exercise part of your life. Because I feel like through this question, what I'm perceiving is that, you are a little bit disturbed because of the, you can maybe say, maybe you can say it like, you feel burnout, you feel lots of pressure on yourself. So you feel pressure only when things are not planned, when your nerves are not strong. So once you would start exercising and you would make yourself feel good, when you would make yourself feel comfortable, then you would be in a position to handle and focus on everything. So yeah, make that part of your life. That is going to really help you, right? And there is no need to go into stress. I mean, make yourself easier, make yourself feel comfortable, and think that everybody is supposed to achieve kind of tasks in their lives. So no matter how difficult that task is, once you are going to achieve that, you'll feel much more relaxed. So there's no need to stress. Uh, make yourself calm. Take, breathe. I think take fresh air, go outside somewhere first before, going to focus on that particular task and feel that, there is nothing to be worried about. It's just a normal task. So just try to, give your best. And I'm sure you are going to, achieve that. I mean, as usual, it is not a, kind of big thing. I don't think so. I mean, there's no need to be stressed. So yeah, meditate and start exercising and try to, make your focus. Once you'll start meditating, your focus automatically is going to be good. And you are not going to, get lots of stress. All right. Then my problem with time is that I say, okay, I will do this in this time, but I get too carried away in one hand. I'll do it too much over time, or I will not do it at all. Tamina is asking that. Okay, what I got from your question, Tamina, is that you say that you're going to achieve that task, but either you do not, go for it to start it either, or even if you start it, you, within the time span, you are not in a position to, achieve that task. So yeah, that
No, no,
happens with, okay,
no,
yeah,
Miss
Tamina.
Rehana, my problem is that I say, okay, I will do this task in this time, I will finish it in this time, and I'm already ready for it, I have free time. But the problem is that once when I start something, I do it too much, like too much over time, without any breaks, without anything. But in one hand, sometimes I do nothing at all, even though I have a lot to do, but I don't do it. I have this problem. I want to manage it. Sometimes, like my own family gets like I can't be with them. Sometimes my work is uh, you know, everything is like too
Mhm.
much stressing me. Is this? Yeah, I have this
Okay, okay,
problem.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
I got it. Okay, Tamina, the most important thing in this case is that I would say if the task is very much bigger, try to make or make parts smaller parts of that task which are achievable. For example, if the task is going to take 1 hour or 2 hours, try to allocate little time for that. I mean, break the task into smaller parts. First, try to achieve a little portion of that task for the 10 minutes, then another 10 minutes, and then another 10 minutes, whatever suits you more. That could be, I mean, that totally depends on your focus, for how long you can be focused. That could be for 5 minutes, that could be for 10 minutes. I mean to say that you need to break that longer task into smaller parts and then try to achieve that. This is how you are going to, achieve that bigger task within that time span. So I hope that is going to help you. You agree, Tamina?
Thank you, Miss. Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect, but
Excellent.
my problem is always this. Like sometimes I work like a 4 hours or 5 hours straight in the phone, and I'm got a eyes problem also. And also
Mhm,
when I was at school, I was like
mhm.
studying like this, and this is so much
Mm,
problem for me. You know,
I
it
understand.
makes.
In fact,
Mhm.
yeah, that happens with me also. As I mentioned during the presentation, also, that happens with me also. When the task is bigger, I work on that continuously, non-stop. But that's when I really feel, kind of passionate about that task. Otherwise, what I'm going to do is when I'm not passionate about that task and I have to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an alarm on my cell phone and I would
Mhm.
break that task into smaller parts. And then that alarm is going to be my accountability partner that will buzz, and I am going to immediately stop that work. And then I would a kind of take breathe, or I would make my eyes relaxed, and then I would after 5 or 10 minutes or 15 to 20 minutes, I'll get back to that. That's where how kind of rejuvenate my focus as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that really helps me.
Thank you, Miss Rehana. I will try.
You're
I will try.
welcome. And inshallah, you are going to achieve all the tasks. Once the habit is going to be developed, then of course you'll get used to it.
Right, right. You're right.
Yeah. And then Noman is saying, how can we balance the personal and professional life? Okay, Noman, it's very easy. And I don't know what kind of job you're doing, but yes, by allocating time, of course, once you're off from office, then I'm sure you're not going to bring your, work at home. So in the evening, try to make sure that you are spending quality time. By spending quality time only, you would feel that yes, this is the time that I've given to myself. This is the time which was productive for myself. Because I see we spend lots of time on watching reels or social media, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours sometimes. But at the end of the day, we do not feel that satisfaction. We actually feel that we have wasted that time. So try to utilize that time with the family. As I said, if you have kids, spend that time with your kids or on your personal development. That's how you would really feel that you have contributed, or you have balance in your life. So again, by scheduling, yes, that is one of the important things. And then again, when you are spending your personal time at home, that has to be productive. That shouldn't be, on the social media or any toxic things, I would say. So that is important, right? And Dina is saying sometimes I'm too tired. So to overcome that, I waste time in scrolling or relaxing through mobile. That really takes my long time. So what shall I do with it? Hmm. Okay, Dina, this is what is happening with, every single person these days. Yeah, you can make for that anybody accountability partner. If you have sibling, you can ask them that, after spending 5 minutes or 10 minutes on the mobile phone, they can come and ask you to leave your phone, or maybe you can put an alarm on your cell phone if you are actually determined to, change your habit. Or else, yes, the siblings are the ones, who are going to disturb you anyway. Because sometimes I do that with myself as well. When I feel like, I am not going to be able to avoid, my cell phone or anything like that, I ask my younger sister to come after 5 or 10 minutes, whatever time that I want to take for myself. I ask her. She comes and she asks me to leave the phone, or maybe we can have chit chat together, or maybe we can go out somewhere, or maybe we can have some productive stuff other than that. That could be a game, that could be any other fun activity. So yeah, that is one of the feasible things that you can do. You can either ask your mother, your father, your brother, who is good, with whom you are having good relationships. So yeah, that could be anybody, or even you can ask your cell phone. Okay, going forward, Khushi is again asking. I understand that the truth is managing your time well isn't about cramming more into your day. It's about focusing on, okay, I think it's not the question. She is sharing something with us, which is great. Right. Any goal achieved first timetable? Yeah, good. Sikandar, absolutely. And Habiba Mahmood is saying, how do you deal with an impromptu task, inappropriate task, or what? Unimportant task, I think, that aligns with a task you are doing. Habiba, could you please rephrase your question? I could not get this because the spelling are, I think, incorrect. How do you deal with an unimportant or important task that aligns with the task? I'm not sure if that's important or unimportant. So could you please rephrase that for me, or you can say it out loud? How do you differentiate between urgent and important tasks? Yeah. Okay. Tonkaman is saying urgent and important tasks. What is the difference between these two? Urgent task is that you are supposed to do right in the next moment, or that could be a particular time that your boss is asking you to do, or that you might have in your mind. Urgent task is that, right? Important task is which cannot be avoided. It may not be achieved in the very next moment, but that is supposed to be achieved within that particular day, right? For example, if I quote an example with that, is that, like, before going to um go for the breakfast, I think brushing is urgent, right? I mean, right before going for the breakfast, you're supposed to do brush. That is urgent. And important, yes, that is important if you are not going for the breakfast, but brushing is important. So that could be done in the next 1 hour, or that could be done in the next 2 hours. I hope that is understandable now. So yeah, urgent is something which needs to be achieved in the very next moment, or that could be, on the first priority. And important is something which is supposed to be done, but that may not be, achievable in the, very next moment. So this is how you can differentiate between these two. All right. Canvi is saying just drop your questions. All right. All right. All right. How can we stay focused on your priorities when unexpected tasks or distractions come up? Stay focused on our priorities because I get distracted a lot myself. Okay. So, Nergis, how can you stay focused? You can stay focused, of course. Now, here comes another point. Like, you need to identify what is that particular thing which may create distraction for you, right? If that is a cell phone, if that is a person, or if that is something else. So, you need to create balance in that, right? Whenever you are doing an important task, try to keep that distraction away from yourself. Or just in case a distraction comes while you are focusing on something important, um, maybe you can go somewhere far if that is not office. Like for example, if I'm at home and I feel like in my room somebody can come and disturb me, what I will do is I'll leave my room and pick a corner, so, which is sound and kind of safe for me, where nobody can access, at least for that particular time. So yeah, change your location. That is also important, right? And also, if you feel like that is not possible, then yes, you can put maybe an alarm for yourself that yes, after 5 minutes I need to get back to my actual task which you were already doing. Okay. So once you will start working on it, it'll definitely help you. Right. Nazish is saying something. What you tell the people who are overthinkers, and when they start managing their time and doing work, their overthinking makes them not to do it. Probably and make excuse to this after some time. I think it's all about overthinking, Nazish. So overthinking is something that yes, some of the people are overthinkers, and they do not know how to avoid with that. The best thing for that is that whenever you are overthinking, write down your all the thoughts, and then see the feasibility of that. After the completion of that overthinking, see the results. What results are you are going to achieve through that overthinking, through that entire map that you're preparing in your mind. and then see what results you are getting through that overthinking or through that mapping that you're doing within your mind, right? If that is really helpful for you, then go for that task. Otherwise, you can maybe eliminate all those points, bullet points, make bullet points for that when you are writing them, and cross all the points which are irrelevant. So that's how you would be excluding all the important points out of that overthinking mapping, and you would be able to work on the most important points which are really going to help you to achieve that task, right? So this is one of the ways how you can avoid overthinking. Though you are overthinking, but at least you would get to know where this overthinking is going to take you, right? And what actually you are going to achieve through that overthinking. So yeah, that's how you can avoid that overthinking and can actually make that productive for yourself as well. All right. Kushi is also suggesting something for overthinking. For overthinkers, I would say it's totally normal to feel stuck sometimes. Yeah, the key is to start small. Absolutely. Don't try. Yeah, as I said, that when you are mentioning all the, points, and then you can exclude all the unnecessary or irrelevant points which are not relatable with that particular task. So that's how your task will automatically become smaller, and you would be in a position to better visualize the successful picture of that task, and you would be in a position to take decision either you should go for that task or you should avoid that, right? What are the most effective time management strategies you recommend? Yeah, I Tonkaman is asking it, and I've already mentioned it during my slides as well, and I've been mentioning it time and again during my, answering also. Scheduling is very important. Planning, allocating better time to every task is also very important. So yeah, these are some of the points that you should keep in mind. Right. And what are the ways to ask others to be punctual at workplace? YouTube? Is that a question, Kamal? Okay. If you are at a leading position, I hope every workplace or every office follows a particular timeline and office decorum. So the bestest thing is to announce a time. That could be 9 if you're here in Pakistan, or if you're somewhere abroad, there is always a specific time that the organization, announces for their employees to be in office or at workplace. But just in case if it does not, I've seen so many people, they get tardy as well. They, reach office late because there are no compulsions on them, right? So either you can maybe announce some of the kind of, charges just in case somebody comes late at office, or maybe you can install a biometric or any other machine that marks the attendance of every person at work. Apologies, guys. I think there was disruption in the internet. So I'm back now.
No worries, miss.
And I hope I'm on.
Yes, you are.
Excellent. All right. What are the ways to ask others to be punctual? Right. I was just answering that question. Yeah, you can, announce maybe fee if I was not audible in that particular time. Announcing charges, smaller charges, just to, make the other person feel responsible so that they can be in time at workplace. Or there is always, a fixation of biometric devices, or sometimes there are other machines as well, which can keep track of time of the people so that they are punctual and they reach in time at office. Also, maybe you can announce if you are like, a kind of very lenient leader at work. You can maybe announce some rewards at the end of the month, or maybe after one quarter, or at any time that better suits you. The rewards could be in the shape of bonuses. That could be a smaller reward, that could be a book, that could be any other thing that is suitable for you that you can give to that employee, which, or who has been in time at office. That's how it is going to motivate other people as well who have been tardy at workplace, that the person who is going to be punctual is going to be role model for the other people. So this is going to elevate the confidence of those people as well, and their passion as well to be on work on time. Or maybe you can announce a meeting in the morning so that everybody can be on time. And that meeting is usually, when I was in the corporate sector, there were meetings which were, briefing and debriefing. So we used to start our day very productively. We used to, gather in a room in the office, and we used to have that meeting. We used to have answer questions, concerns that we used to have, and that was always kind of productive for all of us. So yeah, the boss can announce that kind of things to make everyone else punctual on the workplace. Right. So any other questions? When I make a schedule, I follow it for only 1 or 2 weeks, and then everything falls apart. How can I stay consistent with my schedule in the long term? Yeah, Nargis, for that, you need to make somebody accountability partner. That is important. That could be your boss. That could be anybody else that you trust and who really wants your, growth and your betterment. So make somebody an accountability partner who can keep track of your follow-ups with the schedules. And you once you're done with that, and gradually you will build this habit, you're going to be consistent in that. Right. Then Kanvi is our area we do not have. Okay. And your is the best time for studying, and if a person have a lot of course to learn, how it can be managed? Is there any smart technique behind it? Nisha is asking that. Yeah. Okay, Nisha. Morning is the best time to study. In fact, the time when you feel like there is no distraction, that is the best time. That could be morning, that could be night. When there is no distraction, so I don't know which time works for you. See what is the feasibility for you, which time suits you more. But in the morning, yes. Also try to make habit once you're learning. If you're just reading, then it's okay. But if you are in the process of learning something, it's always good uh, that you take a nap after learning that particular lesson. That is going to keep that stuff into your mind. That is the technique that I read somewhere when I was studying, and that really helped me a lot. So if that is about learning or remembering something, or putting that something into your memory for a longer period of time, yeah, that is one technique that is going to help you. Or else, if you just want to read a book, a normal work, then yeah, the time could be any in the morning or in the night. But yeah, see that there are distractions at the time. All right. And then how do you personally prioritize your tasks and tools? Okay, Tonka, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly because it's I know from where do you belong, but yeah. Okay, what do I now I am so much used to that I just prepare a normal schedule on my cell phone. I'm not following any other app or anything because I'm used to it now. I've inculcated that so much into my life that I do not need an accountability partner or I need any other support. So I just write down all my tasks in my cell phone. I mark my calendar for any particular, assignment, project, or meeting, or anything that helps me, be prepared for the next thing to be attained or achieved. So yeah, that for me now a habit. So once you'd be used to it, I'm sure you're going to be like me. And I wish you all the best for that. Temina, how many more questions? I hope I'm not skipping any question. Nazi, you want
No,
to
Miss
say
Rehana.
something?
We are done. I think we are done, and Miss
We're
Nazi want to
done?
close it now. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Miss
Okay.
Rehana.
Thank you so much,
Oh,
Ms.
well,
Shay, for
Temina and
your
Nazi, it was pleasure to have you. Yeah.
thank you so much for your insightful responses. And now
Sorry,
it's
Nazi, I
time to
interrupted.
conclude. No problem, Miss. And thank you so much for sharing your invaluable insights on time management. Your expertise and practical strategies will undoubtedly help us improve how we manage our time and achieve greater success. To quickly recap, effective time management is not about doing more, it's about doing what matters most. Align your tasks and your priorities, set boundaries, and maintain balance for long term success. We have gained powerful strategies today that can boost productivity, improve well being, and support both personal and professional growth. Thank you all for your active participations. Your thoughtful questions made this session even more valuable. We hope you leave this session with renewed focus and practical tools for managing your time and your success more effectively. Thank you again and have a wonderful day.